Hi, the next thing I want to go over with you is verb tenses. And you probably know a lot about verb tenses. There's past, present, and future. And then there's past perfect, present perfect, future perfect. And then there are the progressive forms of all of those with the ing. I'm just going to be going over a little bit about that, and then how some irregular verbs are formed. So let me scooch out of the way a little bit. Yeah, I guess you can still see me. We form verb tenses using verb parts and helping verbs. So here are the verb parts: basic, past, present participle, and past participle. Travel is a regular verb. It's formed with ed for the past and past participle parts, as you can see here. And sing is an irregular verb, and it is formed with alternative ways rather than just putting ed on the end of it, as you can see here. Perfect tenses use have as a helping verb. So like have traveled, had sung. And maybe if I were to say that in a sentence, I have traveled to Europe before. Or by the time the show was over, we had sung 20 songs. So that's an example of how to use those. Progressive forms use some kind of form of be as a helping verb. So is a form of be, is traveling. Were is another form of be. And so we're singing. We have to use those. And then there are the ones that are perfect progressive, which I didn't list up here. So for example, present perfect progressive of travel is have been traveling or has been traveling. And that one uses both a form of have and a form of be because it's both. Then regular verbs, like I said before, form the past and past participle with ed. Irregular verbs don't. And so here are some ways that irregular verbs may form their parts. Changing vowels. So begin becomes began, becomes begun. So present tense, he begins his trial today. Or began, we began our work already. Or we have begun our work already. Even better would be the perfect past, present perfect. Drink, drank, and drunk. So it changes many times to a and then to u when we change the vowels. Some change consonants. Send becomes sent in the past tense and also in the past participle. Make becomes made in the past tense and also in the past participle. Some words change vowels and consonants. Teach becomes taught and taught. Fly becomes flew. Yesterday he flew. He has flown before. Fly, flew, flown. And then some actually stay the same. The word let and the word burst are a couple of examples of words that we don't even change. Let's see. I will let you go. Yesterday he let me go. I have let you go before. Okay. The balloons burst. The balloons burst, past tense, yesterday. I have burst many balloons. Okay, so those two words don't change at all. And I'd like you to make it a little bit of a quest to know as many irregular verb forms as you can. And we're going to start with these. So I'm just going to really quickly tell you what the past and past participle is for each one of these. Give becomes gave, becomes given. You should already know these, really. Take becomes took and taken. Throw becomes threw, T-H-R-E-W, and becomes thrown. And that the words that are formed with OW for the present tense pretty much follow that pattern. Throw, threw, thrown. Know, knew, known. Grow, grew, grown. Okay. Be is really the most common verb, but it's also the most complicated, just like it is in Spanish, although we don't have two kinds of be. We have one. Be, past participle is been, B-E-E-N. Past tense is was or were, so it's, like I said, the most complicated. Do, past tense did, past participle done. Have becomes had, and it also is had for past participle. Go becomes went, becomes gone. Cut is one of those that does not change. I cut yesterday, I cut, I have cut before. I put write here. So yes, we can use that word as a verb, but I think in my mind I was thinking of W-R-I-T-E. Freeze becomes froze, becomes frozen. Steal, stole, stolen. Run, yesterday I ran. I have run before. So for the past participle, run goes back to the same as the basic form. Break, broke, broken. Tear, like rip. Tear, tore, yesterday I tore something. Torn. Ring, rang, rung, just like with sing, sang, sung. And begin, began, begun. It's one of those that changes the vowel. Wear, yesterday I wore something blue. And I have worn that before. Wear, worn. Wear, wore, worn. Catch becomes caught for both past and past participle. Fall, yes, past tense is fell. Past participle is fallen. Tell, told, and also for past participle told. Know, it, like I said before, is one of those like throw, know, knew, known, with the EW for past tense and the OW end for participle. Build, yesterday I built. Yeah, I have built that before, so build, built. Hit is one of those that does not change. It's hit, hit, hit. Leave, yesterday I left. I have left before. Fight, fought, fought. Eat, ate, eaten. Cost is one of those that does not change. Choose, chose, chosen. Set is one of those that does not change. Set, set, set. Bend, bent, bent. Sleep, slept, slept. Just like with keep, also keep, kept, kept. Sleep, slept, slept. Hide becomes hid, becomes hidden, H-I-D-D-E-N. Seek, sought. It rhymes with taught and caught, but it has an O instead of an A. I already did keep. Buy, yesterday I bought. I have already bought, so buy, bought, bought. Pay, paid, P-A-I-D, for both past and past participle. Stand, yesterday I stood. I have stood before, so the past and past participle are the same again. See, yesterday I saw. I have seen, S-E-E-N. Ride, I will ride today. Rode is past tense, and ridden, R-I-D-D-E-N. Drive, drove, driven. So very similar, those two. And I put and more because obviously there are more irregular verbs. Welcome to English. One of the things about English is that it comes from about 3 or 4 other languages. And so that's one of the reasons why there's not a hard and fast rule on many things. I believe that's all I want to go over right now. We're going to have a meeting. You will have an assignment just as usual. But be like I said, be on the lookout for those irregular verbs. If you don't know how to do the past tense of a verb, you can always look it up. We have Google. You can find just about anything. Some of you know that. Some of you I wish didn't know that. So verb tenses is where we are right now. Happy working.